Babies having babies with old men. Okay, so, my sister 19F started dating a guy 37M this past December. Initially I noticed he looked older and I asked her about it and she lied about his age. Later she came clean about it to my father who was less than happy about it. This guy is divorced with a 13-year-old child. Unfortunately, my sister is the type that if you tell her she's wrong then she'll just push harder to prove she's right. As a family we let this go until we got a text of an ultrasound with no additional context provided. We then found out that she's been living with him and is now pregnant and they're talking about getting married, if they haven't already in secret, and this whole situation just blows my mind. I know not every person has an alternative motive to their actions and I'm happy to be an aunt. But I'm worried about my sister and all the things that could go wrong being with someone almost 20 years older than you. I found out that my BF had cheated on me, and wrecked his car on his way to do it. I cried so hard. Over 2.5 years of me trying to be supportive and loving. I found out via the videos he posted of it on his secret Twitter lol. I think that's what hurts, not only knowing but seeing it too. I had told him yesterday my biggest fear was being cheated on and boom, this confirmed it. He uploaded them on the days that he was supposed to go on a family vacation with me. That really meant the most to me. We were talking about marriage and kids when we get to a good point. I didn't think he'd cheat on me. I'm hurt because it was a fear confirmed and I had so much love for him even through everything we were going through. But at the same time, I'm okay. I think everything happens for a reason and one day I'll find someone that loves, respects, and cares for me. Also he got into an accident, unharmed, on his way to cheating on me lol. Or at least that's what the timeline is looking like. So hope you enjoy the 1K plus damages to your car while you are unemployed smile. Edit, thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it. I didn't initially add the full detail to how I found out because the full thing honestly sounds so unbelievable too. It's so specific people will know who I am but I don't care anymore. I'll add less lols since that makes me sound fake lamau but the situation is just so laughable to me. So here is the mostly full rundown of how I found out for those curious. I was at work and I saw I had a notification on Snapchat. Normally I ignore them cause I don't use Snapchat, but my friend will occasionally send me things. I looked at the notifications and it said that X has joined Snapchat. I thought it was weird because he doesn't use Snapchat anymore. But he was at the DMV for 2 hours so I just assumed boredom got to him cause he used to watch those dumb videos that the app has on the explore page. I clicked it and saw the name he created for it. And the name was not something appropriate. So immediately went to Twitter to cross-check. Maybe a couple years prior we had a situation where he made a Twitter to see the explicit videos, which is not a big deal to me. The problem was talking inappropriately to people on the NSFW side of Twitter and trying to create a following with his own pictures and videos, and maybe getting 3 followers. A lot happened in between but I told him that really broke a lot of trust with me and he told me he wouldn't do it again. And foolishly I believed him lol. So I had a feeling what I was gonna see. But I wasn't expecting to see him in a motel room with another girl and doing things in the car with her. As for how I knew he got into an accident on the way to cheating on me. He told me he was going to go see his friend 4 hours away. I didn't think this was weird because his friend is a flight attendant and he had just missed his birthday and was sad cause he didn't know when he would be close by again. I was actually on the phone with him when he got into the accident. Once he came back the next day I asked him how his time with his friend was. He tells me it was okay, they talked about some deep stuff. I didn't ask questions cause why would I need to? And that he had to get his own hotel. Which was weird to me cause I wouldn't kick my friend out that drove hours away to see me and how could he afford it? He is unemployed? And in the aforementioned video I can tell it's a motel so that's how I put 2 and 2 together. So kinda sucks. But with the other issues in our relationship I am happy to let go now. I have my own life to build up. The fact that photos or videos taken of you without your knowledge can go viral online is absolutely terrifying to me. Title: I've seen this happen so many times during my time on the internet, most recently being today where someone posted a photograph of a random woman on Twitter to ask their 100k plus followers if they thought she was fat or not. Truth be told, it's one of my worst fears. People feel so comfortable photographing or recording complete strangers in public. It's always in the back of my mind whenever I go anywhere. What happened to asking for permission first? I don't get it. My stepdad's deathbed confession. When I was 16 in the mid-90s, my mother tried to end her life by taking a bunch of pills. This was in response to my future stepfather breaking up with her at the time. They were not married yet. He was an amazing guy, and she was, and still is, pretty terrible so I don't blame him for wanting to leave her. But she was also the only parent I had at the time. She announced to me that he had broken up with her, and that she had taken a ton of pills and was going to end her life. She said the only way she would make herself throw up or seek medical attention was if I called my stepfather and begged him to come back to her. Naturally, I did that very thing. He came back to the house, we got her medical attention, and the 2 of them worked it out. This would happen again 2 more times before I moved out of the house. Cut to 2021. My stepdad has been the most positive male figure in my life. He's been an amazing dad to me and a wonderful grandfather to my kids. A week before he passed from cancer we were alone in his room. He told me on his deathbed that most of the reason he stayed with my mother was because he knew it was the only way I would ever have a normal life. I had suspected this deep down for a while, but it was heartbreaking to hear it confirmed. My mother knows something transpired between us toward the end of his life. She must have noticed my attitude toward her had changed significantly. We've never been very close, but I distanced myself from her even more. She's constantly asking me to tell her what we talked about and I keep refusing. Those closest to me say I should never share this with her and just keep it to myself until she passes away. She's in her 70s and in terrible health, so I can't imagine it will be that long. My best friend's mistress doesn't know that he is actually broke. My wife's reaction to the whole thing really bummed me out. My M41 best friend Jack, M41, since kindergarten cheated on his wife Anna, F39, with a girl half his age Max, F25. Anna is one of the best human beings I've ever met. She is very beautiful, kind and caring. She is very successful too. When Jack met her, he was so in love that he wrote an ironclad prenup just to be with her. In other words, Jack has nothing to his name. He met Max on a work trip and it was then that he cheated on Anna. The affair lasted for 2 months until Max made an ultimatum to leave his wife for her. Jack refused and tried to end the affair, so Max told Anna everything. This broke Anna beyond repair and she told Jack that she couldn't forgive him. They're in the process of divorcing now and Jack lives in a small studio apartment near his work. After Jack lost hope to reconciliation with Anna, he started seeing Max again. Now they're officially dating. My wife Pat, F32, knows all these details. She is a more forgiving and understanding person than I am and I love that about her. She is way more tolerant because I am Team Anna and there's nothing Jack can say to make me change my opinion. Now everything is settled. My wife said that she wanted to invite Jack and his new GF to our place. I was very reluctant at first, but my wife insisted that my friendship with Jack is important. We are basically brothers and we should accept people we love even with their flaws. It made sense and I trust my wife to always make sense. The dinner was awkward. I couldn't see past these two cheaters. Jack pretending to be happy and Max overexcited over the fact that she won this prize named Jack. I understood then that things won't be the same, but my wife was right. I love Jack and that's the most important now. Max talked about her upbringing and the hard life she had growing up. She talked about her future with Jack and all the fun they would have. It dawned on me that she didn't know that they couldn't do half of what she is dreaming of with Jack's salary. It dawned on me why she chose him and why she was so willing to hurt an innocent woman that way. She had learned to know the Jack who lived in fancy hotels and drove a fancy car. When I asked her about their living arrangements, Max said that Jack temporarily is living in a studio apartment until the divorce is settled. Max talked about what she would do to their place, renovation and redecorating. The apartment that Anna bought for her family with her hard-earned money. The one she decorated with her husband from scratch to make it their home. I remember how happy and full of dreams she was when she found her dream home. To hear Max sitting there, talking about how she would use money she never earned to redecorate a home she wasn't entitled to. Making fun of another woman's taste and style. It brought tears to my eyes. Yes, men can get emotional too. Jack has not told Max the truth. When they left, Pat and I started discussing our dear friends. I was very surprised when Pat angrily told me that I was cruel and callous for not wanting to enlighten Max about her new situation. My wife thought that Max had a tough life and she deserved to have a good life now. I was taken aback by my wife's logic. I told my wife that I will not tell Max anything but that if she wanted them be my guest. But now I don't understand my wife and I'm turned off by her morals. Anna was a great friend to my wife, but my wife doesn't seem to give a rat's ass about her. My wife then got very angry and accused me of caring too much about Anna. That's when I ended the discussion because I realized that this was going below the belt.